As of 2025 market updates, the global cryptocurrency landscape is a complex, ever-shifting web of regulations. Navigating this world requires understanding the specific rules of each country, which can range from full-throated adoption to complete prohibition. The stakes have never been higher for investors, developers, and businesses. So let's break down exactly where crypto stands legally in every major jurisdiction, starting with the world's largest economy. In the United States, the approach is multifaceted. While cryptocurrency is not legal tender, it is perfectly legal to own, trade, and invest in. However, the regulatory environment is a patchwork of federal and state laws. At the federal level, any business involved in crypto, like exchanges, custodians, or payment processors, must register as a money services business, or MSB, with FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. This registration comes with serious obligations. These businesses are required to implement robust anti-money laundering, AML, and Know Your Customer (KYC) procedures to prevent illicit activities. They must also file suspicious activity reports for questionable transactions and comply with the travel rule, which mandates sharing sender and recipient information for transactions above a certain threshold. Adding another layer of complexity, different agencies oversee different aspects of crypto. The SEC, or Securities and Exchange Commission, regulates any crypto asset that qualifies as a security. This means token issuers and certain platforms fall under its strict registration and disclosure rules. Meanwhile, the CFTC, or Commodity Futures Trading Commission, oversees crypto derivatives like futures and options. And don't forget, each state has its own rules, creating a challenging compliance map. Recent legislation in 2024 and 2025, like the FIAT21 Act, is attempting to bring more clarity, especially for stablecoins, by introducing mandatory reserve requirements to ensure they are fully backed. Heading north, Canada treats crypto as a commodity, similar to how it views oil or gold. It's not legal tender, but it's a recognized asset. All crypto firms, from exchanges to payment processors, must register with FINTRAC, Canada's financial intelligence unit, to ensure compliance with anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing laws. Provincial securities regulators also play a key role in overseeing trading platforms. Across the Atlantic, the European Union has taken a major step towards regulatory harmony. While crypto is legal to trade, it isn't legal tender. The game changer here is the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, or MiCA, which became fully active in January 2025. MiCA creates a single unified rulebook for all 27 member states. Under this framework, all crypto asset service providers, or CASPs, must obtain a license to operate anywhere in the EU. This license comes with stringent requirements for transparency, clear disclosure of risks, and robust consumer protection measures. Strong AML and KYC duties are, of course, mandatory for all operators. MiCA pays special attention to stablecoins, mandating that issuers must hold 100% asset-backed reserves, ensuring every token is backed by real-world assets. To ease the transition, a grandfather period is in effect, giving existing businesses until 2026 to become fully compliant with these groundbreaking new rules. The United Kingdom, now outside the EU, is charting its own course. Crypto trading is permitted, with digital assets treated as regulated assets. The Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, is the primary regulator. Any firm dealing in crypto assets must be registered with the FCA, which maintains a strong focus on preventing financial crime and protecting consumers from high-risk speculative investments. The UK is also actively developing its own specific regulations for stablecoins, aiming to integrate them safely into the existing financial system. In Germany, the approach is quite unique. Crypto is considered private money or property. This classification has a major tax implication. If you hold your crypto for over a year, any gains you make are completely tax-free, a policy designed to encourage long-term investment. However, if you sell within a year, gains are taxed as regular income. As an EU member, Germany's regulations are now harmonized under the broader MiCA framework. France has long been a proponent of strong AML and KYC regulations for the crypto sector. The French financial markets regulator, the AMF, requires all digital asset service providers to register and comply with these strict rules. From a tax perspective, France is straightforward. Both income and capital gains from crypto activities are fully taxed, ensuring digital assets contribute to the national budget like any other investment. Switzerland has cemented its reputation as one of the world's most crypto-friendly nations. Treating crypto as assets, The country has fostered innovation through a clear, principles-based and supportive legal framework. This has led to the creation of Crypto Valley in the canton of Zug, a global hub that is home to numerous blockchain foundations and startups, including the Ethereum Foundation, drawn by the legal clarity and pro-business environment. Sweden allows crypto trading, classifying it as property for tax purposes. However, the country has taken a firm stance on the environmental impact of crypto mining. Citing high energy consumption, Swedish regulators have been vocal advocates for stricter regulations on energy-intensive proof-of-work mining, contributing to the broader EU-level discussions on making the crypto industry more sustainable. Down under, Australia regulates crypto as property, not as legal tender. This means any gains from selling crypto are subject to capital gains tax, just like stocks or real estate. All digital currency exchanges must register with AUSTRAC, the country's financial intelligence agency, and comply with robust anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing regulations to operate legally. Singapore is a leader in Asia with its progressive and clear-cut regulations. The Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS, treats cryptocurrencies as digital payment tokens under the Payment Services Act. This framework provides a clear path for businesses to operate. However, the licensing process is notoriously rigorous, ensuring that only well-capitalized and compliant exchanges that meet high standards for consumer protection and AML can serve the Singaporean market. South Korea has a vibrant crypto market, but it operates under some of the world's strictest regulations. Trading is legal, but AML and KYC requirements are paramount. The country enforces a unique real-name account system, which requires users to link their crypto exchange accounts directly to a traditional bank account in their own name. This effectively eliminates anonymous trading. Furthermore, there are restrictions on minors and foreigners opening new accounts, all part of a concerted effort to ensure market transparency and stability. Japan stands out as a progressive and highly regulated market. A pioneer in the space, it recognized cryptocurrencies as a legal payment method back in 2017. All exchanges must register with the Financial Services Agency, FSA, and adhere to strict AML, KYC, and consumer protection protocols. As of mid-2025, Japan has begun reclassifying certain tokens as securities under its Financial Instruments and Exchange Act. This move brings stricter disclosure rules, prohibitions on insider trading, and paves the way for regulated crypto ETFs. The country is also evolving its tax policy, with plans to move from a complex progressive rate to a flat 20% capital gains tax by 2026. This nuanced approach shows Japan's commitment to fostering innovation while ensuring market integrity. India's stance is one of cautious allowance. While not legal tender, holding, trading, and investing in crypto is legal under a very strict set of rules. Cryptocurrencies are officially classified as virtual digital assets, or VDAs. Trading and investing through registered exchanges is permitted. However, using crypto for payments to buy goods and services is prohibited. The tax regime is one of the world's most aggressive. A flat 30% tax is levied on all crypto income, with no deductions for losses. Additionally, a 1% tax deducted at source, or TDS, is applied to every transaction to ensure traceability. On top of that, an 18% goods and services tax applies to exchange services. The central bank, the RBI, continues to discourage crypto's use for payments, but the government allows it as a regulated and heavily taxed investment class. In South America, Brazil has emerged as a key regulated market. Crypto is legal to trade, own, and invest in, and is treated as a financial asset. The entire framework is governed by the Brazilian Virtual Assets Law, implemented in 2023. This law requires all crypto service businesses to register as a digital asset service provider with the Central Bank of Brazil. The regulation focuses heavily on consumer protection, fraud prevention, and robust cybersecurity. For investors, gains are taxed at a flat rate, and all holdings must be reported to tax authorities, ensuring full transparency. Nigeria presents a fascinating case of legal ambiguity. The central bank has forbidden financial institutions from servicing crypto exchanges, making direct bank transfers difficult. Despite this, Nigeria has one of the highest P2P trading volumes in the world, with citizens actively trading crypto. The government is now studying potential reforms, and the Nigerian SEC has introduced rules for digital assets, signaling a slow but steady move towards a more formal regulatory framework. South Africa has moved to bring crypto into its regulatory fold. It classifies crypto assets as intangible assets, not legal tender. More importantly, the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, or FSCA, now officially treats crypto as a financial product. This means any platform offering crypto investment services must be licensed, just like a traditional financial advisor, bringing new levels of oversight and consumer protection. Of course, no discussion is complete without mentioning El Salvador. In a historic and controversial move, the nation made Bitcoin official legal tender, mandating that it be accepted as a form of payment for goods and services nationwide, right alongside the US dollar. This bold experiment is being watched closely by the entire world. The Central African Republic briefly followed El Salvador's lead, making crypto legal tender. However, citing a lack of infrastructure and facing international pressure, the country quickly repealed the law, highlighting the immense challenges of such a policy. On the absolute opposite end of the spectrum is China, which maintains the world's strictest stance. As of June 2025, there is a total and unconditional ban on all cryptocurrency activities. It is illegal for any citizen to own, trade, or mine decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. All crypto business is criminalized. The state has shut down prior loopholes for P2P trading and is tightly restricting access to VPNs and foreign exchanges. This crackdown is happening while China aggressively promotes its own state-controlled central bank digital currency, the digital yuan, aiming for complete control over its digital economy. Russia has adopted a middle ground approach. It allows its citizens to own cryptocurrency as a form of property, which can be held or invested in. However, it has completely banned the use of crypto for payments for goods and services. This strategy allows individuals in the state to hold digital assets, potentially as a hedge, without letting them compete with the national currency, the ruble. As we've seen, the crypto regulatory landscape varies dramatically worldwide. Key themes are emerging. Strict AML and KYC rules are now the global standard. Licensing for exchanges is mandatory in nearly all regulated markets, and stablecoins are facing intense scrutiny, with a clear trend towards requiring one asset backing. To summarize the different flavors of regulation, Japan is progressive and highly regulated, increasingly treating tokens as securities. Brazil has fully legalized and regulated crypto as financial assets with strong compliance. And India allows crypto for investment but bans it for payments, enforcing a heavy tax burden. The only constant is change. Don't miss out on anything. Subscribe and follow for the latest crypto legal updates.